What's up, y'all? Welcome back. This is Insecure Season 4, Episode 2. And guess what? I stand corrected. Flavor Flav is alive and well, and he actually was seen in Season 3. So, first, I want to say thank you, Insecure, for amping up this episode because it was so good. The last episode I said was boring as hell, and it was. I'm sorry, but this one was great. I laughed so hard. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing we see is Molly is with Asian Bae and they're at dinner and she spills the beans that the baby is not his. And I was like, whose baby is not his? And I'm telling you, she was talking about Tiffany. I'm telling you, she was talking about Tiffany and Derek. That baby is not his. But I want to know, whose baby is it if it's not his? Because remember, he did say, I don't remember what season it was. He said that she was seeing a guy at work and he had to scare him off. That ain't his baby. Lying heifer. See, Tiffany is that type that likes to pretend like everything's okay. She got her light skin, her blonde wig, her Beckett with the good hair, and she carrying a whole nother man's baby. Ciao. Moving on, Asian Bae has redeemed himself. I must say he was looking quite sexy in this episode. I know he Samsoned himself when he cut his hair off, but he got the cake and the pudding. He got the cake and the pudding. And when he smacked her while he was hitting it from the back, y'all, I had to fan myself. I said, oh, Asian Bae putting it down like that, though. Okay. He should have smacked her in the face, though, because I'm tired of Molly. I'm just saying. Just kidding. Violence is bad, okay? So the next thing we see is Issa and Condola Oil making plans for the block party when Condola mentions that she's going to be going on a romantic trip this weekend. And I was like, ooh, awkward. But you know what? Issa handles it well. She is now mature enough to be friends with Canola Oil, and they'll probably end up being business associates down the road. And this is what we like to call growth. However, I want to call it right now. I think as Issa and Canola Oil continue to grow together as business associates, I think Lawrence is going to see Issa doing very well and want to come back into her life just like a ninja. They always want to come back when they see you doing well, don't they? So the next thing we see is the girls have gotten together at Tiffany's house to celebrate Halloween together, and we see that Issa is on some really positive vibes. She has been very positive this episode, and I think even the last episode she was just like on some new me, new year, whatever. I don't know what that would be called, but you could see the look on Molly's face once Issa started talking about her block party going so well. Like, her face just looked devastated, almost like she couldn't believe her party was going so well, and she was waiting to hear some bad news. And she's like, oh, I can't believe that you got vendors, or whatever she said. But I was just like, why has Molly become that friend that she cannot be happy for you unless you are doing as bad as she is? I never peeped that about her before. And when I think back to the previous seasons, it kind of makes sense because Issa's life has not gone the way she wants it to up until now. In the first season, you know, she lost Lawrence, or she cheated on Lawrence and the relationship failed. Season 2, maybe even season 3, I honestly don't remember how the timeline goes, but she failed with We Got Y'all. She was not able to become the director. She wasn't able to really have a strong voice in that organization. She also wasn't able to keep a stable relationship. She didn't necessarily want one with Daniel, but that kind of fell through. Obviously, Nathan ghosted her. So all those times, Molly has been there to kind of pick her up, and they have picked each other up through their failures. So now that Issa's doing well, Molly's like, this ain't even my friend. I don't know you. Molly needs Issa to fail because she is codependent. It's like, where does Molly fit into Issa's life if Issa is on the right path and Molly is stagnant? Moving on. So the next thing we see is Molly criticizing Asian Bae to the girls, and she talks about them having sex but him not opening up to her, and this is why you should not have sex with these people so soon. Let this be a lesson to you ladies. You know what? Never mind. I don't want you free love women coming after me. Do what you want. But back to Molly and Asian Bae. So she wants him to open up to her after they've had sex and have gone on some dates. But if you think about it, they haven't even really been dating that long. Like, the show, when you think about it, is over the course of a year so far. So at most, they've been seeing each other for maybe a month. And this conversation made me realize that Molly doesn't know how to date. She's too aggressive in her approach with every single man that she's been with. So let's move on to Booty Button Bae. Booty Button Bae, my ninja. Like, bless your heart, because this guy, whoever this actor is, will forever be known as Booty Button Bae. You will never be able to live that down. You will be typecast as the big man getting his booty button fondled. That was a bad decision, my dude. I didn't even know Teddy Grahams had booty buttons. And Issa, girl, if you don't get up and wash your hands after touching on that sweaty booty button, dingleberry, hair tangler, booty plums, doo-doo nugget, girl, bye. Don't be spreading this mess to the kids or the adults. And when the condom slipped off, oh my God, my heart sank. I was like, Issa, no! I hope you're on the pill, because that's your problem. You always mess with these dudes who are Build-A-Ninja, Build-A-Bear dudes. The last thing you need is another one with 2 kids. Oh my God, my heart sank. So the next thing we see is Condola telling Lawrence about her and Issa talking about him. And he's like, oh, so, what y'all was saying? And he said that because he knows that he's a liar. He knows he got lies. He knows he got secrets. And he don't want Condola to see him in a bad light, because he's painted himself as this good dude, this good black man with a job. What's they call a BMW, a black man working. He don't want her to know that he laid up on Issa's couch for 2 years eating big ass sandwiches and shit, eating Captain Crunch, smoking a blunt, etc. He don't want her to know that he banged Big Titty Tasha. He don't want her to know about what's her name at work. I can't think of her name. What's her name? Perla. I don't even know that girl's name. He don't want her to know about them twins. Actually, they weren't twins. They were lesbians. He got secrets, y'all. What Medea say? La Olla. Whoop whoop. Oh, and he definitely doesn't want her to know about the chlamydia. Don't forget about that. And he tells Issa, just let her get to know me from me. And I'm like, well, who are you, my ninja? Because you looking real unfamiliar right now. I can't stand dudes like Lawrence. He's just acting real brand new, like he had been laid up on that couch for probably 3 years with his feet up all comfortable and shit. Anyway, so the next scene we see is Issa and Canola Oil getting together again. This time they're at a restaurant when Molly comes and meets up with them. At first I thought that Molly was jealous, but then I realized Molly's not jealous of Canola. She's possessive of Issa. That's what it is, because Molly needs her miserable friend to be miserable with her, and Canola is a little too positive. She a little too light-skinned. I'm just playing. But for real though, I'm just playing. Molly is not ready to let go of that codependent relationship that she has with Issa, so she's not ready for Canola to come and step in and try to be positive and send positive vibes like zing. She's not ready for that. Okay, so the next thing we see is Molly cooking for Asian Bae. He comes over to her apartment and she asks him to taste his food, and he says, oh, it has too much salt. And chow, that brought me right back to the Joy Luck Club, where that lady brought her white man and he was like scooping out all the food, and then he poured the soy sauce on it, and the mama was like, bitch, how dare you? Asian Bae, don't come into no black house and tell people they don't know how to season their food. That'll get you cut. Okay, so Asian Bae and Molly go sit down. They're eating their food, and Molly is trying to stir up the conversation and get him to start talking about his family, because she wants to get to know more about him and his background and all that, and he just doesn't want to open up to her. And I'm okay with that, because you know what? Let me put y'all up on some game. Here's what you do. Don't ask no man about his life unless you're serious about him. You know why? Because as soon as those bones fall out of that closet and you hear all those problems, he's going to expect you to listen to him every single time. And you know what? His problems become your problems. Don't talk to no man about his problems if you don't know him that well. Because, girl, don't listen to it. Don't listen to it, because his problems are going to become your problems. Here's what you do. Don't say nothing. The end. Just sit back and eat your food. And while we're still on Molly and her relationship problems, why she always got to take it to the next level? Asian Bae didn't want to open up and talk about his family, so he was like, let's just go to the show. She took it to the next level. Oh, so you don't want to be here? That ain't what he said at all. She gets on my last mother-fletching nerve. She always got to take it there. She has done that with every single one of these dudes. Then we get to Molly and Issa doing their Sunday fun day thing, or whatever they do. Take Care of Me Sunday, or whatever it's called. And this is where we see that there really is starting to be a rift between Molly and Issa, because Molly at this point feels like she can't even share her thoughts about what's going on in her relationship without feeling judged by Issa. Rightfully so. The ironic thing is Molly's feeling like she can't share because she'll be judged, but Issa's like, look, I messed up with TSA Bae. The condom slipped off and I had to take the morning after pill again. again. So Issa is still feeling like they're friendly, but you can see that Molly's starting to drift away. Molly not only jeopardizes her romantic relationships, she's also going to jeopardize this relationship with Issa because she just can't get her life together. I think deep down she just wants to be with Dro. Wait, that's my fantasy, but I don't care. So I hope they bring him back. I've said that a million times, but I don't care. But anyway, Molly just, I don't know what's wrong with Molly. She just can't get herself together, and I don't know why that is. Therapy hasn't even helped her. So it just is what it is. So those are my thoughts and opinions on this episode. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'd give it probably a B+. And I will see you guys in the next one for episode 3. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.